Hi guys, and welcome to another one of my radio installation quick guides. I'll try and run through this as fast as possible for you. This is a Peugeot Partner 2016 van. A lot of your Peugeots are a similar sort of setup to these, so the Belingos, etc. They're all based on the same sort of vehicle. The radio is actually very quickly to remove. You're just going to need two of these standard U keys. You basically pull them apart from each other and then pull. Obviously I've clicked that one out prior because you need two hands to be able to do that. Put your radio forwards, drop it down a bit, and you have a FACRA aerial connection just here, which you squeeze and remove, and also a multi-block there, look. So you're going to need a couple of adapters with whatever radio you buy. Now, adapters, various makes and brands. I'm actually using an Autoleads one here. And the reason you need the adapters is A, so it plugs in, and B, so that the radio goes off when you turn your ignition key off. Now, the one I'm using on this Belingo van here, as you can see, is an Autoleads one. And you will have a red wire dangling from it. This is for your ignition supply. Now, what you will have to do with this red wire is feed it through the radio slot and down under the dashboard to where the glove box normally sits. Now, I've removed the glove box on this already just for the speed of the video. Very straightforward to do. You're going to need a TX20 screwdriver, and maybe a little plastic leverage tool to just pop the top of the glove box out. Now, the glove box itself is held in with two different size screws. The larger screws are along the top row, and the smaller screws are each side, and there's sort of one in the middle here, as you can see. As well as those, there is a plastic dowel which plugs into here. Now, that's got like a line in the middle. Basically pop it out, the centerpiece, and then pull the whole plastic dowel out. Drop your glove box down on the floor, just paying attention to your diagnostic port here. You can leave it plugged in, it's not under any duress at all, or you can just squeeze it from the front and pop it out backwards. Now, you're going to need an ignition switched feed. So here's the fuse box of the vehicle along here, which you can access with the glove box in. I will stress that. It's just that it makes life a lot easier to remove the actual glove box. Now, I've had a meter on it already, and there's a red 10 amp fuse on the bottom row on this particular vehicle that goes on and off when I turn the ignition on and off. Now, that is what you need for your ignition supply to connect your red wire to. You can use little jumper fuse holders, so you can just attach a little jumper holder on it and crimp it onto the end of your wire. You can buy those from most car accessory shops. Basically, it's an adapter that holds two fuses in one. It's one of those, basically. So as you can see, it's got a fuse there and another hole for another fuse. So if you plug that in where you pull your 10 amp fuse from, and put a couple of 10 amp fuses in that will run not only radio but the original circuit as well, even has a little bullet connector on the end ready for you to go. Like I say, these are available from most car accessory shops. A couple of quid, you know, not dear at all. Easiest way to do it. Now, this radio, like I said originally, has got a slightly different aerial connection, with it being a newer one, the FACRA one. So you are going to need one of these. Just there you go, standard aerial on one end, male FACRA on the other end, and that quite literally plugs into that socket, converting it into the correct one for an aftermarket normal radio. When you've completed those steps, it's pretty straightforward. It's like any old normal radio. Just push your cage in, bend all the tabs all the way around so it stays put. If you've got a microphone like I have here, obviously you're going to have to run that down the dashboard, out the driver's footwell, and up the A-post, up onto the corner of the roof line in there. A bit tedious, but not difficult by any measure. It'll have a plug on the end, either a jack plug or such like, to plug into the back of the radio. Radio will come with your standard ISO cable. This will plug into your wiring adapter that you've purchased, and just simply plug in. Other end plugs into your radio. And when you've done that, this particular one's a Kenwood here. Standard sort of plug, as I was saying. Little round hole there for the microphone. Long hole with all the pins, that's for the cable that comes with it. And then lastly at the end there, next to the red and white one, you've got an aerial to plug your aerial cable in. Once you've got your cage in and plugged everything in, just slide it in, you'll hear a click, make sure you trap no wires behind it or anything like that. And you should be good to go. Do a little test on the power, make sure you've got them the right way round. If it's not remembering radio stations when you turn the power off, on the ignition, simply unplug the red wire, unplug the yellow wire, they're on bullet connectors, and switch them round so that yellow goes to red and red goes to yellow. That will then cure your memory loss on the radio. Every vehicle's got two powers generally. One is constant to remember everything and the other one being switched to power the actual radio. And that pretty much concludes this video. If you've got any questions or anything, just leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. Been doing this donkey's years sort of thing, so any particular vehicle that's a bit quirky, please feel free to ask. It's not a problem. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.